The next part of Swabhimaan that I want to bring in this Notes from AL is 2-3 stories, that touched me extremely deeply. Stories of participants, and I do not want to reveal their real names. But many times when I am speaking at many panels and institutions, and when I talk about blind individuals who have never gone out of their homes, somewhere deep within me I'm telling, is this an outdated story? Is this a story that I'm telling from a past that does not exist? But this Swabhimaan actually told me that that is not the case. I met this as I was actually standing at the portico to receive one of our key guests. Two sisters walked into the building, one sister leaning on to the other. So in fact, I ran behind them to welcome them and understand who they were. And then I understood that one sister was blind and she was actually leaning on to the other sister, and the sister was kind of holding and taking her inside. In my natural style, I just asked them saying, hey, what's happening? Why is it that you are so clinging on to your sister? And then came the story of these two sisters, one born blind, the other sighted. The sighted is doing a job. And of course, the sibling love and affection is outstanding and amazing. But what had happened in this whole story is the story of overprotection, where this blind, smart young woman who's 25 years old has lived her entire life with her sister, who's her white cane. And when the sister goes out for the job, this young woman is just in the four walls. They were accompanied by the father, and it was amazing to learn from him that this sister who was sighted is a graduate working as a teacher. And when he was blessed with this blind young girl, he actually was told in his village from where he comes, where he could only educate her up to class 5. Today, this young woman manages the accounts of the family. She cooks for the family. She's the energy of the family. She's the anchor. But just imagine, blindness stopped her education at the age of 5. And when I asked her, saying, what is it that you want to do? Don't you want to do a job? It looked like that's something that has never been asked to her before, because she was born blind. Her story was in the 4 walls of that houses, just being helped by her dear family and just in reciprocation doing what she could. But I can tell you, and I hope I'll come back to share with you a note from AL a year down the line, the brilliance of that young woman is not to be underestimated. If she's given the platforms, if she's given the exposure and the kind of support I saw in that family, I'm very sure she's going to go places. In fact, when she walked out of Swabhimaan after 3 hours of engagement, I actually gifted her a white cane, because that is the first time the family knew there is something like that existing. And that is when we found the sister, father, and all of us encouraging her, and the way she could walk out of the institution with a white cane, it gives me hopes. And it also leaves me with the understanding that these stories that we are telling are absolutely real, not cooked up, and needs to be that we need to go and bring out every young woman and young man and get them to a workspace. That is story number 1.